Getting an accurate 1/4 inch seam allowance is an important foundational step in all your quilting projects. And a lot of sewing machine manufacturers sell a 1/4 inch foot. So this is a sewing machine foot that is a 1/4 inch wide. Some of them have this little flange on it that's like a wall for alignment, and some of them are just flat. So there are different variations, but a lot of people think this is the perfect answer to their problem. They'll just snap on this 1/4 inch foot and that will solve everything. But you can't always rely on a 1/4 inch foot. So today I'm going to show you the tips of what you need to do to make sure that you have an accurate 1/4 inch seam allowance, and you know for sure. Welcome to Epida Studio. My name is Elizabeth and I help you make beautiful things with quilting, pojagi, and embroidery. So I said that you can't trust your 1/4 inch seam allowance, but this can be a good tool as long as you don't just rely on this without double checking. You always want to confirm, because there are a lot of different things that can affect your seam allowance. The thickness of your fabric, the thickness of your thread, the way you're stitching, those can all have little minute differences. And the smaller the pieces you're working with, the bigger that difference can be magnified. So I'm going to show you how you can check your seam allowance so you know for sure. So to do this check, you're going to need 2.5 inch squares of fabric. Now these can be the same color fabric, but I like to use different colors because then it just makes the measuring that much easier. And if you want to be extra careful, you can use 3 2.5 inch squares of fabric. And then I'm going to take these 2 pieces of fabric and I'm going to put them right sides together, and then I'm going to, at my sewing machine, just stitch what I think is a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I can either use my foot or I can use the guide that's on the bed of my machine, but I'm just going to stitch the 1/4 inch seam allowance. So now I've sewn my 2 pieces together and I've pressed a seam. I press mine to one side because I normally press mine to one side, but if you press open, then press open for this step. However you're going to press your seams in the project that you're doing, press them this way for the test. And now I'm going to measure, and this piece should be 2.5 inches. That shouldn't have changed because we didn't stitch anything there, and it should be by 4.5 inches. And ideally, you have your edge of the fabric. It should come right to 4.5 inches, and your seam line should be right on the 2.25 inches. So if that works out perfectly, then congratulations, you can use whatever settings you have. But if it is a tiny bit off, so if it looks like this is a little bit shorter than 4.5 and your seam is a little bit to the right of 2.25, then that would mean your seam allowance is too big. It's taking up too much fabric in the seam allowance. So you need to make it a tiny bit smaller. So you can do that by either marking the new seam allowance with tape on the bed of your sewing machine, or you could, if you can move your needle just 1 or 2 steps the other way, you can adjust it that way. And if your measurements was like this, it was a little bit past 4.5, then if it's too big, then you want to make your seam allowance a little bit bigger, because it means right now it's too small. So if it's too big, seam allowance goes bigger. If it's too small, seam allowance goes smaller. And so you just want to keep testing till you find what is just the right spot. And when you have your 2 squares, then you can make even extra sure if you add on a 3rd square. So now that I've added the 3rd piece here, I can measure, and this middle piece should be exactly 2 inches wide. Because it's 2.5, we've lost both the seam allowance, so 2 inches is the finished size. So once you're satisfied with this, then you're ready to start your project knowing that you have accurate seam allowance. So the first time you test your seam allowance this way, it might take a bit of time, but with practice, you'll get pretty quick. And if you don't want to bother with this on each project, what you can do is on the first seam that you sew in your project, whatever your pieces are, you can figure out how wide your piece is going to be. So if you're joining 4.5-inch squares or whatever you're joining, you can figure out what that should be and use that as your test instead of having 2.5-inch squares. Now, if you're looking for a quick quilt pattern, I do have one. It's called Easy Squares. And the first step in that pattern actually is join 2.5-inch squares. And so you're actually starting your pattern when you do your test. So you can get that. I have the link below. It's available for free. But whatever your first two pieces are, take the time to stop and check those to double check your seam allowance, and that will make the rest of your project go so much smoother. So a 1/4-inch foot is a really great tool as long as you're not just blindly trusting it and you know how to use it correctly. If you're looking for more great quilting tutorials, you can find them here on my channel or at my website, epidastudio.com.